Hi, so this is going to be a slightly different video to usual in that it's a little bit off the cuff, and I just want to speak to you about the title Pet Nutritionist and really what you should be looking for if you are looking for help in finding someone to advise you on feeding. So this has come about because the title Pet Nutritionist or Nutritionist isn't a protected title. So what that means is that anybody can call themselves that. In fact, it's the same at the moment as a dog trainer. You can call yourself a dog trainer and not have any qualifications at all. So the industry really isn't regulated, and that's the same with pet nutritionists. It's not a regulated industry, and there isn't a specific set way of becoming one. So whenever you're looking at YouTube videos, TikTok, reading something on a website, I would say it's really important that before you take that advice as gospel, that you really, number one, look at what they're selling. So if they are bad-mouthing another company, or they are very specifically only favouring one type of pet food, and by type I mean dry, wet, raw, fresh, then that's not, in my mind, a pet nutritionist. A pet nutritionist should be able to advise the pet parent on the right type of diet, not just for their animal, but also for their finances, for fitting in with their family life, for their budget, everything. So just saying constantly, for example, that there's only one way to feed, and if you don't feed that way, then you're a really bad pet owner, I don't think is ethical. And I would actually say, when people come to me and say, well, what should I feed? I would say, well, what type of food do you want to feed? Do you want to feed raw? And I will give them the pros and cons of feeding raw. Or would you prefer to feed dry or wet, or a combination? And that's absolutely fine. You have to do what fits in with the pet owner's lifestyle, and also what suits the animal best. So that's really, really important. So yeah, I think what's going back to what I was saying earlier is that if somebody is just advocating one type of feeding, you have to ask yourself why. If they're bad-mouthing other companies just to sell their own product, I would steer clear of them. Why are they doing that? Their product should be good enough that they can sell it off its own merit. So that would be the first thing I'd look at. Second thing is, don't be afraid to ask for qualifications. How much experience do they have in the industry? What qualifications have they done? What exactly is their knowledge in nutrition, in pet nutrition? Because as I said, anyone can call themselves a pet nutritionist or give advice on this, and they may not have any background qualifications, so they could be giving you the wrong advice. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say today, is just choose wisely and always ask questions. So I completely forgot to mention that there is an exception to what I've just talked about and the title Pet Nutritionist. And there is such a thing as a board certified veterinary nutritionist. Now, these are veterinary surgeons that have then gone on to do further qualifications in nutrition. And I don't just mean like a short CPD course. Generally they're doing PhDs in nutrition, they're doing residencies specifically in nutrition, so they're really delving deep into the subject. And then they are either certified by either the American College of Veterinary Nutrition or the European College of Veterinary and Comparative Nutrition. So a board certified veterinary nutritionist, that is a title that would be protected, that you can't just claim that you're one of those. You have to be a vet, you have to have done that extra work and be certified by one of those two organisations. So if you are looking for a nutritionist and you just really don't know where to turn, I would say that is your best bet. However, in the UK it may have changed, but there's actually not that many. I think on last count there was maybe 3 or 4. But there are services where your vet can actually refer you to a board certified veterinary nutritionist. So it's worth asking your vet, and they should have the contacts to be able to do that.